We're going to find the difference quotient of this function right here. And this is the difference quotient. So the f of x we already know. This part that's in red, okay, we already know that. That's this. And we're going to take that and plug it in right there. And h is just going to be h. So what we need to find out first is we need to find out the f of x plus h. So based on my f of x, I'm going to find the f of x plus h. And so everywhere I see an x in my original function, x squared minus 9x plus 8, I'm going to leave an open set of parentheses, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to substitute x plus h. Okay, so this x becomes an x plus h, and this x becomes an x plus h. Alright, now looking at this, I know that I'm going to need to FOIL this part, okay, and I'm going to need to distribute that negative 9. So let's take a look at that. This is going to be x plus h times x plus h. Okay, that's what the square is. When in doubt, write it out. First two will be x squared. Outer two will be xh. Inner two will be h times x, which is hx, also known as xh. And then the last two, FOIL, the last two is h times h, which is h squared. Alright, now I'm going to distribute. Negative 9 times x is negative 9x. And here's where most people make a mistake. Negative 9 times h is negative 9h. Alright, this is usually where I see that mistake, that negative right there. And then drop down the plus 8. Alright, let's go ahead and put this together, make it look nice. So x squared, I'm going to have 1xh plus 1xh, that's going to be 2xh, plus h squared minus 9x minus 9h plus 8. Okay, nothing else goes together. This is what the f of x plus h is. And this is what I'm going to take and I'm going to plug in right here. So from my difference quotient, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in for the f of x plus h. There we go. Plugged in the f of x plus h. Now let's plug in the f of x. Okay, remember that's what they originally gave me. Here is the f of x. So let's plug that in. There we go. I plugged in the f of x. Very important to note that this is in parentheses, because when I go to subtract, I'm going to subtract the x squared, I'm going to subtract the negative 9x, and I'm going to subtract the 8. Alright, let's see if we can put this all together. Alright, taking this out of the parentheses. All of this comes out of the parentheses. I don't have anything multiplied out here to distribute in, so it's really just a 1, and anything times 1 is itself. Now I am going to subtract x squared minus x squared. I'm going to subtract a negative 9x, which is plus 9x, and I'm going to subtract an 8 minus 8. And this is all over h. Now let's look for our like terms. Let's put some like terms together. Let me get a new color. Let's go for pink. I see that I have x squared minus x squared. Those will cancel. I see that I have minus 9x plus 9x. Those will cancel. And I see that I have plus 8 minus 8. those will also cancel. Alright, so let's see what we have now. Alright, I made some space. So I have 2xh plus h squared minus 9h all over h. Looking at the numerator, I can tell that every one of my terms has an h in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor out an h. Alright, in here, every one of these terms I could take an h out, and an h out. So I'll have an h out in front, and then every one of these terms is going to lose an h. That's going to lose 1, that's going to lose 1, that's going to lose 1. Okay, that's a greatest common factor. So let's see what we have now. Here we are, and now you can see that the h in the numerator will reduce with the h in the denominator. And here is what I have left. 2x plus h minus 9. That is my difference quotient.